Welcome to the Coins Quest, your ultimate destination for discovering hidden treasures in the world of coin collecting, where ordinary pocket change can turn into extraordinary fortune. And today's journey takes us deep into the fascinating story of the 1981 no-mint Mark D 1-cent coin from the USA that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors around the world by commanding an astonishing value of up to $8 million due to its incredible rarity, production errors, and remarkable historical significance that turned an everyday penny into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Imagine pulling out a simple 1-cent coin from your old coin jar or change purse, only to realize that the small copper-colored disc in your hand is one of the rarest pieces of American numismatic history. And that's exactly what makes coin collecting so captivating: the thrill of the hunt, the excitement of discovery, and the possibility that a small overlooked detail could be the key to unimaginable wealth. Before diving into where to sell such coins and how beginners can start identifying rare treasures like this one, let's first explore why this 1981 no-mint Mark D 1-cent coin is so valuable, and what makes it stand out among billions of other pennies produced in that era. In 1981, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents across multiple minting facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, coins minted in Denver bear the D mint mark, those from San Francisco carry an S, and those from Philadelphia are either without a mint mark or occasionally display very faint ones depending on the die wear or production error. However, the mystery begins when we come across a coin that should have had a D mint mark but doesn't. This anomaly indicates that the minting die intended for Denver coins was mistakenly prepared or struck without engraving the mint mark. Such mistakes are not only exceptionally rare but often go unnoticed during production due to the massive scale of minting operations. The 1981 no-mint Mark D cent is believed to have been struck under unusual circumstances. Some experts theorize that the mint mark punch was accidentally omitted, while others believe a mint employee may have used a Philadelphia die at the Denver Mint, leading to a small batch of coins that escaped quality control checks. The absence of the D mark makes these coins distinct, and the fewer the examples discovered, the higher their value climbs among collectors. But what really drives its $8 million valuation are not just the missing mint mark, but also other potential errors combined with its condition, luster, and sharpness of detail. Some versions of this coin show double die adverse errors, where Lincoln's portrait or lettering like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appears slightly doubled under magnification, indicating a misalignment during the hubbing process. Others exhibit planchet anomalies, such as improper alloy mixing that creates unique streaks, color variations, or even tiny gas bubbles trapped beneath the surface, all contributing to its uniqueness. A handful of coins even show misstrikes or off-center features, where the design is slightly shifted, exposing blank areas of the copper surface, a hallmark of a mint error that collectors go crazy for. Another factor that determines its value is condition. Coins graded mint state 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC fetch exponentially more money due to their near-perfect preservation, mirror-like finish, and crisp details. Finding one of these coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition is like discovering buried treasure, and that's why collectors and investors are willing to pay millions to acquire them. But beyond the technicalities of minting, what makes the 1981 no-mint Mark D cent a cultural phenomenon is the story it tells, a story of human imperfection, industrial precision, and the timeless allure of rarity. Now, if you're wondering where to sell such a coin or how to get started in this fascinating field, here's where the Coins Quest community comes in. Whether you've inherited an old collection, found a strange-looking penny in your pocket change, or started collecting as a hobby, the key to success is knowledge, patience, and knowing where to look. Selling rare coins is both an art and a science, and choosing the right platform can make a huge difference in how much you earn. The most reputable places to sell include professional auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections, where experienced numismatists evaluate your coins, authenticate them, and connect you with serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. If you prefer online platforms, eBay and Etsy remain popular, but you must be cautious. Only sell coins after professional grading and include clear, high-resolution photos showing all details of the coin's surfaces, edges, and lettering. Certified coins from PCGS or NGC often sell for far higher prices because buyers trust the authentication and grade. For local selling, visit coin shows, numismatic conventions, or reputable coin dealers in your area who specialize in rare US cents. Always compare offers before selling, never rush a deal, and avoid selling to anyone who pressures you or undervalues your find. Another great way to connect with serious collectors is through online forums like CoinTalk or Reddit's r/coins, where you can post images and get feedback from experienced collectors. Some private Facebook groups and Discord servers are also dedicated to coin trading, though always ensure you're dealing with verified members. Now, for beginners stepping into the coin collecting world, remember this golden rule: every great collection starts with curiosity. Start small, study patterns, learn about mint marks, and train your eyes to spot differences between regular and era coins. Focus on coins from the 1960s to the 1980s, as these decades often contain transitional errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and no mint mark anomalies. Keep a good magnifying glass or digital microscope handy. It's your best friend in this adventure. Learn to identify coin grades, as condition heavily influences price. Use resources like the Red Book, a guidebook of United States coins, or online databases from PCGS and NGC to check current market values. Remember, the market for rare coins is driven by demand, condition, and historical context. Coins with unique stories or limited survival rates command the highest prices. If you ever find a coin that looks slightly different, like a missing letter, double design, or strange coloration, never clean it. Cleaning can destroy its value. Instead, place it carefully in a soft holder or 2x2 coin flip, label it with basic details, and consult a professional grader. For collectors with ambition, building a network in the coin community is vital. Attend coin shows, join local clubs, and connect with mentors who can share insider tips about spotting undervalued coins or negotiating sales. Even online, following major numismatic YouTube channels, coin blogs, and social media pages can expose you to valuable insights and real-time trends. Now, let's get back to our 1981 no mint mark D 1-cent coin. Why exactly could it be worth as much as $8 million? Beyond its physical rarity, it represents a once-in-a-lifetime era from a transitional period in U.S. minting history. The year 1981 was the last full year before the U.S. Mint switched from copper to zinc-based pennies in 1982, marking the end of an era. This transitional phase means certain 1981 coins were struck with older equipment or reused dies, increasing the likelihood of anomalies. Collectors value transitional errors immensely because they reflect historical change. Furthermore, population scarcity plays a massive role. Only a handful of 1981 no mint mark D cents have been confirmed, and most were discovered accidentally by keen-eyed collectors. Each discovery increases the mystique but also the demand, as investors compete for ownership of such pieces. Think of it like owning a one-of-a-kind painting. There may be billions of similar canvases, but only one has the rare brushstroke error that makes it priceless. Add to that the psychological allure of a common coin turned millionaire, and you have the perfect storm for skyrocketing value. Even media coverage and online discussions amplify interest, creating bidding wars that push prices into the millions. To beginners, this might sound unbelievable, but the world of numismatics thrives on rarity, condition, and narrative. Every scratch, misstrike, and missing mint mark adds a new layer of intrigue and desirability. It's not just metal, it's history, art, and economics rolled into one. So, how can you prepare yourself to spot something like this in your own collection or pocket change? Start by studying known error types: double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and planchet errors. Keep an organized catalog or notebook of coins you examine, noting mint year, mark, and any anomalies you spot. Next, 1985 D Lincoln 1-cent coin, a humble penny that has shocked collectors and investors alike with its jaw-dropping valuation of up to $6 million, a value driven by a fascinating combination of minting errors, historical quirks, and collector demand that transformed an ordinary coin into an icon of numismatic rarity. The 1985 D penny, minted in Denver, represents a period in U.S. coinage history when the mint was transitioning between old machinery and newer minting technology, and as a result, a handful of extraordinary mistakes slipped through the cracks, producing coins that today are valued higher than most luxury cars or homes. Imagine reaching into your change and discovering that a tiny brown coin, one you might have tossed aside or used to pay for gum, could actually make you a millionaire. This is the magic that fuels the passion of coin collectors around the world. The 1985 descent is especially significant because it embodies the unpredictable nature of minting, where even the most automated systems can produce errors that turn into treasures. So what makes this particular coin so special and so valuable? It starts with the mint mark, the small d, that denotes its origin at the Denver Mint. Normally, this mark is cleanly punched and perfectly centered below the date, but in the case of the 1985 D rarity, several things went spectacularly wrong. Some specimens display what experts call a repunched mint mark, meaning the D was struck twice, once slightly off from the other, creating a ghostly doubling effect visible under magnification. This kind of minting error indicates that the die was manually punched, as the mint had not yet fully automated this process in the early 1980s. Others exhibit even rarer characteristics, like missing or partially filled mint marks, caused by grease or debris clogging the die during production. When such grease-filled dies strike the coin, parts of the design, including the mint mark, can appear faint, distorted, or even absent. Collectors refer to these as grease strike errors, and the more dramatic the omission, the higher the coin's value. Some 1985 descents also show evidence of double die errors, especially in the inscriptions, Liberty, or In God We Trust, where the letters appear doubled due to a slight misalignment in the hubbing process. This doubling is not to be confused with simple wear or die deterioration, it's a genuine mechanical error that adds immense rarity. Combine that with coins that remain in pristine uncirculated condition, exhibiting brilliant luster and crisp detail, and you have the perfect formula for $1 million coin. But the value of the 1985 D penny doesn't rest solely on its technical errors. It's also a matter of extreme scarcity. Only a few verified examples of the major errors have surfaced, and their rarity creates fierce competition among collectors. Each discovery sends waves through the coin community, sparking renewed interest and skyrocketing auction prices. The coin's appeal is also psychological. People love the idea that an everyday object could secretly be worth millions. It's the ultimate underdog story, a tiny coin that escaped quality control, circulated unnoticed for decades, and then emerged as a financial miracle. Now, if you're sitting there wondering if your 1985 D penny might be one of these treasures, there are several things to check. First, examine the mint mark under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling, distortion, or unusual spacing. Check the lettering on both the obverse and reverse sides for signs of doubling, misalignment, or die cracks. Pay attention to the overall sharpness of the design. Coins with strong details and minimal wear command much higher prices. If you notice any odd texture or raised lines, it could indicate a die break or a lamination error, both of which are desirable to collectors. Some 1985 descents were also struck slightly off-center, leaving a portion of the blank planchet visible along the rim. These off-center strikes can dramatically increase value, especially if the date and mint mark are still fully visible. Another possible variation includes wrong planchet errors, where the coin was accidentally struck on a foreign or incorrect metal blank. Such mistakes are rare but have been known to occur, and if you ever find a 1985 D penny that seems unusually light or has an odd color tone, it might be worth having it professionally tested for composition. All of these details combine to create the mystique of the $6 million penny, a coin that stands at the intersection of art, history, and chance. Now let's talk about what every collector and lucky finder wants to know: where and how to sell such a valuable coin. The process of selling a rare coin isn't as simple as listing it online. It requires authentication, professional grading, and exposure to the right buyers. The first step is to get your coin authenticated by a respected grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC. These institutions will examine your coin under high-powered microscopes, confirm its authenticity, document any errors, and assign it a grade based on condition. Coins graded at mint state 65 or higher are considered premium, and when combined with a rare error, their value can skyrocket. Once certified, you'll receive a slabbed coin, encased in a tamper-proof holder with all relevant details printed on the label. This certification builds trust among buyers and significantly boosts the coin's marketability. After grading, your next move depends on your selling preference. If you want maximum exposure and competitive bidding, major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections are your best bet. These platforms attract serious collectors and investors from around the globe. For quicker sales or smaller coins, reputable online marketplaces like eBay can be effective, but always make sure to include clear, high-resolution photos showing both sides of the coin and close-ups of the mint mark and date. In your listing, mention the grading certification number so potential buyers can verify it online. Avoid selling raw, ungraded coins to random online buyers unless you're experienced, as scammers often exploit new collectors. For local options, coin shows and numismatic conventions provide excellent opportunities to meet trusted dealers face to face. Reputable dealers can appraise your coin and offer competitive prices, and even if you don't sell right away, you'll gain valuable insights. If you prefer a more private route, there are also specialized coin brokerage services that act as intermediaries, matching high-value coins with private collectors for a commission. But before you sell, it's essential to understand the psychology of collectors and investors. Rare coins like the 1985 Descent appeal not only because of their rarity, but because of their story. When marketing such a coin, emphasize its uniqueness, error type, and provenance. If you discovered it in circulation, mention that in your story, as human narratives add emotional value. Collectors are drawn to authenticity and connection. They don't just buy metal, they buy history and mystery. Now, for those just beginning their coin collecting journey, the 1985 Descent serves as both inspiration and lesson. It teaches us that patience, observation, and curiosity are the keys to success in numismatics. Always examine your change carefully. Keep a magnifying glass handy. Study mint marks, design variations, and composition changes. Read guides like the Red Book, a guidebook of United States coins, and visit online resources such as PCGS CoinFacts to familiarize yourself with known varieties and errors. Building your knowledge is the surest path to spotting treasures others overlook. Begin with Lincoln cents, as they're among the most collected U.S. coins and offer countless varieties and errors to discover. Don't be discouraged by small beginnings. Many legendary collectors started with a single penny. Over time, your eye will sharpen, and patterns that once seemed invisible will jump out at you. Join online coin communities, attend shows, and connect with mentors who can share expertise and alert you to new discoveries. One crucial tip for beginners: never clean your coins. Cleaning, even with gentle materials, can scratch the surface or remove the natural patina, drastically lowering value. Instead, store your finds in soft holders or acid-free coin flips and label them with details like date, mint mark, and error type. Keep them in a cool, dry place away from humidity and sunlight. The condition of a coin is everything. A coin worth a few $100s in circulated condition can fetch thousands if it's uncirculated. Another pro tip is to invest in a digital microscope. With it, you can closely inspect small details like die doubling, cracks, and surface texture, and you'll be able to take clear images for online forums or sales listings. Also, stay up to date with coin news, follow auction results, numismatic publications, and channels like the Coin's Quest to learn about market trends. Rare coin values can fluctuate, and being informed helps you time your sale perfectly. When it comes to selling, timing and presentation are everything. Next, 1975 No Mint Mark 1 cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that has captured the imagination of collectors around the world by reaching an unbelievable value of $9 million, making it one of the most legendary and mysterious coins ever produced by the United States Mint. A coin that stands as a shining example of how small minting errors and historical quirks can create unimaginable fortune from the most unexpected places. Picture this: a tiny copper coin, something you might overlook in your change, suddenly becoming one of the most sought after and valuable pieces of American currency history. That's the magic of numismatics, the world of coin collecting, where every detail, every imperfection, and every anomaly can hold immense value. The 1975 no-mint mark 1 cent is not just rare, it's a perfect storm of scarcity, minting mystery, and historical context. To understand why this coin is worth millions, we first need to look at the year 1975 itself. The mid-1970s was a fascinating period for U.S. coinage, marked by shifts in metal composition, minting technology, and economic conditions. By 1975, the Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents across three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Typically, Denver coins carry the D Mint mark, and San Francisco coins have an S, while Philadelphia coins traditionally lack a Mint mark. However, certain 1975 cents have surfaced without a Mint mark when they should have had one, coins believed to have originated from Denver or San Francisco but missing their identifying letter. These anomalies have baffled experts, as they suggest the existence of coins struck with the wrong dies or during transitional processes where mint mark punching was omitted. Unlike modern coins, where mint marks are part of the master die, in the 1970s they were still manually punched into working dies, meaning human error could, and sometimes did, lead to coins being struck without the proper mint mark. This is where the 1975 no mint mark cents legend begins. The absence of the mint mark on a coin that should bear one immediately turns it into a numismatic puzzle, but the story doesn't end there. Many examples of this coin also display striking minting errors, such as doubling on the obverse where Lincoln's profile and the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," appear faintly doubled under magnification. Some show die cracks running through Lincoln's portrait, evidence of overused dies, while others have subtle planchet errors like lamination flaws where the copper coating partially peeled or separated, creating unique surface textures. Each of these imperfections adds character and rarity. The most prized examples are those in mint state condition, meaning they've never entered circulation and retain their original reddish luster. Coins graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are exceedingly rare and command astronomical prices because they combine pristine condition with historical intrigue. The $9 million valuation comes from both the rarity of confirmed specimens and the powerful combination of collector demand, historical significance, and minting curiosity. In the coin world, such an error is like lightning striking twice. An extremely limited number of pieces escaped detection and entered circulation before the mistake was noticed, making each surviving coin a priceless artifact. But how exactly did this happen? Some numismatists theorize that a die intended for the Philadelphia Mint, which would naturally lack a mint mark, was accidentally sent to another facility, likely Denver, and used briefly before being replaced. Others suspect the mint mark punch simply failed during die preparation, leaving several coins without the mark that identified their origin. Whatever the case, the result was a small run of no mint mark cents that shouldn't exist, and that impossibility is precisely what makes them worth millions today. The legend of the 1975 no mint mark penny has been fueled by both mystery and discovery stories. People finding these rare cents in pocket change, old jars, or inherited collections. Imagine the rush of realizing that a coin worth a single cent could actually buy a luxury home, a fleet of cars, or even a lifetime of financial security. That's the excitement that drives collectors, the hope that somewhere in everyday change lies a forgotten fortune. Now, if you think you might have one of these rare coins, here's what to look for. Start with the date, 1975, and carefully examine the area beneath it where a D or S mint mark would normally appear. If that space is completely blank, smooth, and shows no trace of a removed or worn letter, you may have stumbled upon something extraordinary. Be cautious, though, because damaged coins or those altered after minting can resemble no mint mark errors. The true test lies in microscopic inspection by professionals. Look for other telltale signs such as sharp strike details, uniform luster, and no evidence of tampering around the mint mark area. Collectors and grading experts also check the weight and metal composition, as authentic 1975 cents should be composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. Variations in weight can indicate planchet errors, another desirable feature. Some examples also exhibit what's known as die clash marks, where the obverse and reverse dies struck each other without a planchet in between, leaving faint mirrored impressions of design elements on each side. These rare and visually striking features further enhance value. If your coin passes these checks, the next step is professional grading. Submitting your coin to PCGS or NGC for authentication is crucial. Once graded, your coin will be sealed in a secure holder, its authenticity and error status documented, and its condition assigned a numerical grade. A verified 1975 no-mint mark sent in mint state with documented errors can easily command prices in the millions at major auctions. But selling such a rare coin isn't as simple as listing it online. You'll want to connect with reputable numismatic auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections, which specialize in rare U.S. coins and attract global collectors. These platforms provide marketing, authentication, and access to high-net-worth buyers who understand the coin's true value. For private sales, you can also approach certified coin dealers who are members of organizations like the American Numismatic Association, ANA, or the Professional Numismatists Guild, PNG. These professionals can appraise your coin and may even connect you with private collectors or investors looking for rare pieces. If you decide to sell online, platforms like eBay can reach wide audiences, but be cautious. Only sell graded coins, provide clear photos, and use secure payment methods. For maximum impact, include the coin's story in your description. Collectors love knowing how and where a coin was found, as personal narratives often enhance the emotional and financial value of rare finds. For example, a 1975 no-mint mark penny discovered in a family coin jar or passed down through generations carries a human touch that adds to its mystique. Now, for those new to coin collecting, the 1975 no-mint mark cent serves as a perfect example of why attention to detail and patience are essential. Start by learning about U.S. mint history, mint marks, and common error types like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and planchet flaws. Equip yourself with a good magnifying glass or digital microscope, coin reference books like the Red Book, and access to online coin databases. Create a habit of inspecting every coin you handle. Sometimes, life-changing discoveries come from simple curiosity. Many beginner collectors overlook small details that seasoned numismatists instantly recognize as valuable. Over time, your eyes will become sharper, and you'll start noticing subtleties in design, texture, and alignment. That's how most famous collectors began, with a single lucky find that sparked a lifelong passion. But remember, knowledge is your most powerful tool. Study past auction results, compare images of known errors, and participate in online coin forums or social media groups dedicated to coin collecting. Ask questions, share photos, and learn from others' experiences. The coin collecting community is vast and filled with enthusiasts eager to help newcomers. Another crucial rule: never clean your coins. Cleaning can strip away patina, leave microscopic scratches, and destroy numismatic value. Instead, store your coins in soft holders or 2x2 flips, label them with essential details, and keep them in a dry, temperature-controlled environment. Protecting your coins ensures that if you ever discover a treasure like the 1975 no-mint mark cent, its condition, and therefore its value, remains intact. For long-term storage, use archival quality materials to prevent tarnishing. As you progress in your collecting journey, start attending coin shows and conventions. These gatherings are gold mines for learning, networking, and even spotting undervalued treasures. Meeting dealers and other collectors face-to-face helps you build credibility and gain insider knowledge.